Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now I know you're probably thinking, why does she have a mask on? Well, the truth is we had an excessive amount of rain yesterday. It rained all day and all night, and when that happens, it stirs up a lot of pollen that my allergies can't handle. And usually I end up with a sinus infection, so I have to be careful and still work outside in my garden, but I have to be careful so that I don't inhale too much of it because I don't want to get sick. And the older you become, the more you know your body and you know what triggers it. So that's why I got the mask on. I got a lot of stuff to share with you that I've done this week in the garden. And I went over to my investment property to observe a few things, and I'm going to share that with you. And I'm not going to go list everything that I did this week. I'll just let the video speak for itself, okay? And yeah, I think that's cool. That's a good introduction. Let's get started. Got the investment property and my grand angels are Layla and Andre. They can't see your face, Layla.
Hi.
Picking some berries. Lots and lots of berries. It rained yesterday a lot, so a lot of them fell on the ground. But there are a few ripe that they can get. I love to see my grandchildren picking berries. Are you finding any over there, Andre?
Yeah, they're all the way up.
Up a little bit higher, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because after it rains, a lot of them fall down, you know? Are they sweet?
Yeah, especially the ones with the red.
Yeah, with little red turning blue to taste like candy. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ears, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. Zinnias are getting ready to bloom, and this is how they look. And each day, the flower will grow bigger and add more layers of petals around it. It's really beautiful to watch the transition. And I didn't label these because they're all heirlooms, so I'll know what they are once the flower gets a little bit more mature. That's a beautiful thing to see. Now I want to show you this apple tree. I made a 1-minute video about it, a short video, getting your recommendations because it had some issues. You can see some diseased area right down there below the graft. And then you can see this dark bark here, but it's still, hanging on to some good branches. But what I want to share with you, I'm glad I decided to give it another year. Let me step back so you can see the whole tree. I have to be careful because we got a lot of rain yesterday. That's comfort growing there, just as for the chop and drop. But I'm going to make comfrey tea. I'm going to show you where we pulled up some, and I'm going to print some in the front yard of my daughter's house and directly in the ground, okay? And I'll explain why it's better to grow it in the ground than in a pot during that segment of the video. But these are little apples. See right there? And here, and more so at the top of the tree. These are little apples. And you have to be very careful when you have young trees because aphids like to take over the tender branches. And I'm going to show you another tree that I am spraying with water that has been attacked by aphids. This is a golden, delicious apple tree that hasn't made the transition well when I moved from the investment property to over here. But if you look real close, let me see, I must have got most of it off right here. those are aphids, and they're barely getting ready to move. And so what I've been doing is I've been just blasting them water. It took me years to realize I didn't have to spray them with any type of organic spray or diatomaceous earth or anything like that. There's a few more here. I did blast them all off. All you need is a strong force of water. There are a few more right there that are clinging on. So I will spray them again. All of the little buds of life. And we're not going to get any fruit off of this tree this year. I haven't had this one that long, as you can see. And while you're spraying your trees for aphids, make sure that you spray the ones that are close to them. In fact, all of them. Give them what I call a good wash. Spray them down, because the aphids will try to attack these pretty leaves, tender leaves. And those are 2 apples. See if I can get it into view. Those are 2 apples right there. And yeah, that's why I try not to have the trees touching, with space in between them, in case one get infested with a disease, fungus, or aphids, whatever. Maybe you can confine it to one area. So I've been spraying this tree, and we got a lot of rain yesterday, so I'm going to spray it again later on today and drown those aphids. This is my Texas blackberry bush. It's a vining bush, and this is my 2nd year. And we got a few berries last year, and we have a few on here now, and a lot of buds. Soon will be blooms. I'm not anticipating a lot of fruit this year because the bush is not that old, but it's a Texas blackberry. And the fruit will come on the previous year's vines. So I had to do some research because I almost pruned it and messed it up. Right here are morning glories in 1, 2, 3 hanging baskets. I haven't decided. I got an idea. I'll let you know when I decide what I'm going to do with them. But over here, I want you to see that I have more heirloom zinnias that are getting ready to bloom. It's going to be so pretty in this corner when they do bloom. Okay, I might as well just show you everything on this ledge. Here's another heirloom zinnia getting ready to bloom. Sunflower, a free gift from, I want to say these came with Botanical Interests. No, Baker Creek. That's where they came from, Baker Creek. And my daughter suddenly has fallen in love with Swiss chard, so I'm growing that for her. I like it too, but I'm just saying she likes it. These sunflowers were planted on the same day, transplanted. They were winter sown, and the first couple of feet, you'll see that you'll have to remove the leaves, or they're gonna just drop off anyway. That just lets you know every seed is different. Red mustard's looking good. We have some late starts of zinnias back there, and marigolds in here. Beautiful kale. Strawberries looking good. Here's a big strawberry. Nobody's gonna get this one but me. And we have some more. I'm gonna wait and let Bria get them when she come home from school. Guys, I didn't film myself transplanting these, but these are pepper plants that were winter sown. I don't know if you guys remember, if you've been with me for a while, I was beginning to think I had some bad seeds. Then all of a sudden they started germinating. I guess it was just not warm enough in that shoebox that I made, a DIY greenhouse. But I have some pepper plants in here. It'll be easy for me to scoop them out if it gets too crowded. I have 1, 2, 3. One little one I didn't think was going to make it, but it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a sunflower. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. So that makes 9. Keep that thought 9 because I have some all the way down on the end. And here are my 274 Blue Lake bush type beans with some red mustards and some marigolds, looking good. These are the market turnips. They don't get real big. They taste almost like potatoes, guys. I kid you not. I've got a video on it that I made last year. Cook them just like potatoes. Peel them, boil them, mash them, add whatever you normally do. And so I'm gonna make like mashed potatoes out of these, but I'm gonna cook the greens. But probably a smoked turkey wing. That sounds good, doesn't it? It does to me. There's some more turnips here, and we have tatsoi, rainbow tatsoi, with more turnips here. This is compost. Here are my lamb's ears. This is Bria's favorite plant. It was given to me by G Mama Grows. I just love it. It overwintered very well outside. Here's another heirloom zinnia that's getting ready to bloom. And we have some French marigolds back there to repel insects. This is my garlic that I planted during the winter, and beautiful marigolds blooming here. So I think I'm gonna I got a tomato plant that is in a container. I think I'm gonna put it right here because I think it would be good for to keep the hornworms off of it by having the marigolds, the garlic right there together. And here we have some lettuce. I think this is the butter crunch. I know it is. And then I have onions back here. More zinnias about. Ooh, that's going to be a pretty one. Zinnias about to bloom. And there's a little bud right there and right there. And then we have some striped beans back there. Bush beans. Here we have black seeded Simpson lettuce with tatsoi. And here are striped beans. Let's see what's happening. No beginning of beans yet, but they'll be here soon. Here are the last strawberries that I planted over here. And here is the little stone that I have down there. It's like a little rock that I got off from eBay. And they were painted, so if the birds come and peck on them, maybe they won't come back. Here's that tomato plant that I told you guys I'm gonna move over there. In fact, I'm gonna stop right now and move it before I forget. Right. I got that tomato plant over here. I'm eating my strawberry. And we have some blooms. This is actually what is called a sucker. I'm gonna take them off because I'm gonna have plenty. I'm gonna pinch that off. See right there, in between that branch, that is what is called a sucker. So you just take it off, just pinch it off. Here's another one. See the little V? See if you can see it. Let me get my hand out the way. See the little V, the stem coming there and coming there, when there's one right there in between. And I think I got a better illustration I'll insert right here. Just pinch it off. Don't worry about it. You're gonna have plenty of tomatoes. So that's going in the compost. Let's see if there are any more suckers on this plant. Yep, here's another excellent example. This is the main stem branch. Here's one veering off here. But you see that one right there in the middle? Take it off. You see this one right here? Let me see if I can get in here and do better. Get a better view. See this one right there? Right there in the middle. Just pinch it off. There are actually 2 plants in here. Just pinch it off. There's another one. Just gonna pinch it off. You want to clear it out. And any branches that are real close to the soil on the ground, take them off too, so that you won't get any soil-borne diseases. One in particular, tomato blight. is one that often causes gardeners difficulty. So all of this is hanging on the outside of the pot. Nothing is touching the ground. I don't like the look of this stem, so I'm just going to take it off. Don't worry about it. Again, I repeat this a lot, but some people need to hear it because they're new to gardening that follow me. Your tomato plants have the ability to produce roots all the way up the stem. If you look real close, you can see that it's a little fuzzy. See right there? Put my finger right there. See that little fuzz? All of that can be roots. So I can take really more of these off at the bottom because I don't want any low-hanging fruit. I'm going to take these off, and then I'm going to add some compost. Put that in here. Decomposed compost, aged compost, and bring this line up, soil line all the way up. Okay? Now see, where did I leave off? Over here. I think I stopped right here with the rainbow tatsoi and the lettuce. Yeah, I think I did this. The beans, I did this. And the Chandler strawberries. And someone sent me this tree. I'm so happy. It's a Cherylorganic tree. It survives outside during the winter. And you can see new growth. This is sage. I've had it for a couple of years to survive the winter. These are some wimpy tomato plants that I was afraid weren't going to make it, and I didn't want to give anybody them. They looked, kind of bad, so I just stuck them into this 7-gallon pot. And by the way, that other tomato plant down there is in a 7-gallon pot as well. And if it makes it, I'll give it away, but if it doesn't, I'll just, keep working with it. Okay, and so that was 9 California Wonder tomato plants from down there, and here are 2 more, 10, 11. Okay, so they were winter sown outside, and I think I left this here to throw compost in. Okay, so that's this side of the garden. Let me go over and show you the other. Nope. I forgot about these. The dianthus are doing good. Pak choi is going to be moved, and some of these pansies that seeded themselves when they get just a little bit larger, I'm going to put right here. But know this, once it's 90 degrees here in Texas, the pansies won't stay. It'll get too hot. 95, 100 degrees, you can forget it. And this is that tomato plant that I just shared with you. It's in the 7-gallon bucket. Okay, so over here we have some zinnias getting ready to bloom. We have arugula over here and marigolds, more marigolds here, more dianthus, and now we're over here. These were the next to the last phase 2 of the tomato plants that I started. I'm trying to move back so you can see that they're growing real nice. And what I'm getting ready to do for these 3 containers, I'm getting ready to put cages on them. Here is the aphid golden delicious apple I'm treating. Here's another golden delicious apple with actual fruit on it. Here's another apple tree. I think this one is the red delicious apple tree. No fruit on it yet, but we got a lot of buds. Here's the methyl plum over here. Most of the fruit has fallen down. I'm going to show you later in the video a methyl plum that's growing in the ground because the circle is cut out at the bottom of this half 55-gallon drum, and let you see how much better it is doing than this one. If you have property and you can get them and you have the space, if you can get them in the ground, they grow better. You can grow them in containers, the larger the better, but they do better in the ground. And this is my bay laurel plant. Guess I'm gonna have to get some Gorilla Glue. Somebody tried to break her neck. When we moved, it got damaged. And no banana plants coming up from here yet. But look at this one. We finally got an appearance. But I'm not worried about it because I'm going to dig up some at the investment property and put them in here. Here is the Pink Lady apple tree. let's see, this will be the second year I've had it. It's blooming real nice. It needs to be cross-pollinated with those apples down there. We might get fruit this year, we may not. Eventually, I know we're going to get fruit. I'm not worried about it. Here, coming back from the dead, we have the pomelo grapefruit. It's a hybrid. This is my second year with it. It almost died this winter. I had to cut it back a lot. I showed you in a previous video. And here is the Miho Satsuma, doing wonderfully well. And this is the newest Satsuma. It's a cold hardy Awardian. And this tree right here is older than this tree, but this tree has gone through something the last few winters. In these two containers, I'm going to grow okra. Yeah, I think that'll be a good place for it. I can start some seeds now, but I probably just directly sow the seeds in here. Because okra can be a little finicky, but you have to move it very gingerly. So I probably will put like 4 here, and then 2 over there, and 2 over there. So that's what's coming in the future. Now this is where I went over to the investment property to pick up. Brian and Bria and I, and we got to fix little Charlie, you know what I'm trying to say, the owl over there. But we got all of these tomato cages, and I'm gonna start putting them on the tomatoes. Let me show you the rest of the tomatoes as I'm walking over here. We have a beautiful bouquet of mums that are coming back from last year. Looking good. Gotta pull some weeds out. And then we have the mimosa tree that I'm going to bonsai. Keep it real small, just something I'm experimenting. I think when I found the slugs right here in my last major video, I think they were eating here and crawled out of there because there was too much water in there, because you can see where these leaves have been eaten up. So I'm not worried about it. Okay? So here are the last 3 tomatoes that I transplanted into the movable wooden garden bed that has the attached trellis. I actually love this. And these are the very first tomato plants, winter sown tomato plants. To show you the length, the height. They're getting really bushy now. That's really good. So we have 6 in here, so we're gonna have to put some tomato cages in a hurry. And then this is the next one that I did a few days later. And you can see the difference. And you can see why I didn't add any compost or anything to these containers, because I knew I had really prepped them last fall and I didn't grow anything in them. They had a lot of compost tea, worm castings, comfrey tea, weed tea, grass clipping tea. So you can see how much greener they are as opposed to these that just came out of the mini greenhouses. Okay, and then I'm gonna go over here and show you the last one. It's doing very, very well. And I'm gonna put the cages on all of this and see if I need any more. I'll pick the rest of them up from my investment property. So this is a tour of what I have over here. I still have things to move. I'm gonna dig up elderberry bushes. I already mentioned banana plants. Bring a couple wheelbarrows over here. Maybe make a herb tray out of the gorilla cart. A water feature. Here is the socket right over here. Electric socket. So I may put it about right here. I gotta check with the owners to see where they want me to put it. Yeah. And I think I mentioned in the last video, this is a little unlevel over here. I got a tarp I'm gonna put on top of this one, just like I did this one over here. The investment property with Alayla and Chewy, and we pulled up some elderberry little babies. Hold that, baby. And this is the one with the real big long root on it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna take this one, and I'm gonna dig a little hole. I'm gonna get these little peel bugs out of here. Throw them in the wood chips. And I'm gonna put a little hole right here, and you're gonna stick that root in there. Okay. See if we can stick it down a little further.
Yeah, I'm trying to like.
And then we're gonna put soil. But I think I need a rake and all my tools are at the other place.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do this today. Okay, now put that down in there as far down as you can get it. Push it, very good. And then we'll fill it in with soil. And I did the same thing over here. And try to get a good one. A good hole right there. Put that all the way in there.
Push.
And then just cover it up. And let's see if they root. If it roots, we'll take it back to the other place. Okay, Chewy. I call him Chewy, guys, ever since he was a little kid. Bring this little one right here. And put it over here. Right here. Put it right here. Thank you, Chewy. Thank you. And we're going to try to make a big hole. Go down in there as far as you can go. Because she picked up a lot of root on this one, which is really, really cool. I'm going to try to get that in there. Okay, hold that, baby. You got to go a hole deeper than that, son. You got to get down in there. Okay. All right. Now, put it in there, Layla.
I got it. Okay, yeah, start with the root. Put that in there.
The root got to go in there first.
I get it.
Let's not argue, children.
No,
Let's go in there.
No, I get it.
Let go, Layla.
Okay.
Let him put it in there.
Yeah, because I did those other two.
We want this piece right here to go in. Okay. Now put all the small roots. No. Let's cover them up, young man. You can't have the roots at the top. Look, watch that ant. So it don't bite you. It doesn't bite you.
This doesn't want to.
Okay.
Ouch. Scratched. The plants are scratched.
Okay, you want to take care of this?
I'll take care of it.
These are some berries, because this is where they were up under the berry tree, the black mulberry tree. Okay, so I'm going to pat that down, and then you can take it and put it on the ground.
This one's on there with it.
You can put that one, this one on the ground right there, and leave this one right here. And then we'll find a source of water, because I see some rainwater in that bird bath, and we'll water them in. It's early in the morning. I'm just out here observing my tomatoes, and you can see I put the cages on them. I'm going to tie them together. It's something that I do every year, and I think I can get another cage about right here. And this one, don't those marigolds look beautiful? Remember I told you guys a few weeks ago that I didn't put any mulch down because the marigolds will cascade and act as cover for the tomato plants and maybe refrain hornworms from coming around them. And this was the second one that I transplanted. It's looking good. I'm gonna take twine and tie them together. I do that every year. I'll show you, and you'll see it in old videos if you watch my playlist for tomatoes and peppers. And here's the third one. Plenty of blooms on the tomato plants. We'll have tomatoes very soon. Okay, and let's go to the other side of the garden and show you what it looks like in my part 2 of this video. Well, it's really not part 2, but part 2 of actually showing you how I stake tomatoes. I'm going to show you how I put the long, tall stakes close so that to the edge here so that I can wrap twine around the branches. I just love this. Let me see if I can get a picture right here for the cover of the video. So all I would need in this one that's growing in a 7-gallon bucket is just one more stake. I gotta go to the investment property and pick some up. I might have said that already, guys. Please ignore me if I repeat myself. Just keep living. It'll happen to you. And you can see here, these are the 3 last containers that I put the tomatoes in. Well, they're not really the last, but the last one in big containers like that. So I think I'm going to end this video now because it's getting kind of long, but I will come back and address what I do to the tomato plants as far as keeping them, you know, in control. I'm going to need more stakes to support the cages because the tomatoes will start getting heavy. Thank you so much for watching this video. God bless you. You know that he loves you, and I love you too. And I see this is getting a little yellow, so it's time for some comfrey tea. Bria and I are getting this order ready so that we can ship it. And we always take pride in our orders. Right, Bria?
Yes.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for watching.